Let's go back to events on the ground in Gaza and the Israeli military operation there. And we can speak to Alexandre Vautravers, who is the editor-in-chief of the Revue Militaire Suisse. That's the Swiss military review. Just before we crossed you, we were watching a report about urban combat that's taking place in many of the more built-up areas of Gaza. I mean, that's a really complex and highly specific type of combat, isn't it? Very different from conventional military training.
Yes, you can say that, of course, but there are different doctrines. And I think that the Western doctrine indeed is more closely associated with police, anti-terrorist operations, and this is very complicated, very complex, because the idea is to produce as few casualties as possible. There are other countries, however, who are less, how should I say, careful with the amount of collateral damage, and the Russian military, the Israeli military are among these.
Just looking at the progress on the ground by the Israeli forces, it seems, doesn't it, that they're pretty much in control of the north of Gaza. Do you think that's a fair statement?
It's fair to say, definitely the surface, everything that is above ground, is very much under close scrutiny, and the firepower, the level of protection of Israeli forces is overwhelming. There is an overwhelming Israeli superiority. So yes, that can be said.
Okay, and in the south, what are you seeing as being the Israeli army's main strategy?
So far, the Israeli military has mobilized 450,000 soldiers, so they would have the capability of simultaneously driving forward into the north, highly urbanized areas, and also perform decisive operations in the south. They have chosen not to do this, and my educated guess is that they are attempting to push populations from one part of the Gaza Strip to another.
What's the logic behind that?
There's several parts of this logic, for several arguments. First of all, you want to perform urban fighting in a situation that is as less populated as possible. High density of population means a lot of collateral damage, means a lot of risk for one's own forces. So the less civilians are there while these clearing operations are taking place, the better it is. The other reason, the other rationale is, if you get the population moving, then you are able, with all sorts of intelligence gathering devices, to pinpoint the movements, to figure out where people are coming out of, where they are heading towards. And this is valuable intelligence if you have the computing power, if you have the sensors, in order to track thousands and thousands of people.
And just lastly, I mean, do you think another truce could be possible there in Gaza? And if so, what would be the sort of the conditions or the prerequisites for that to happen?
There are several reasons why a truce is most probably going to take place. One is the political pressure on the state of Israel today, pressure not only from outside, from the international community, but also internal pressures in Israel. Definitely the level, the rhythm of these operations, the number of troops that have been committed, this is not something that is going to be able to be performed continuously over months and years. So definitely there will be pressure to slow down, there will be pressure to stop. So the rhythm of the military operation, the operational rhythm of the Israeli military also dictates that there will be pauses.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for your analysis. Alexandre Vautravers, editor-in-chief of the Revue Militaire Suisse, thank you very much for your time.